Are you currently conducting a job search? Well, then we've got Bill Humbert here who's going to give us some great information on what you should do to find that perfect position. Bill, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
It's great to have you back, and it's always great to hear the information that you have to say because there are so many tips and tricks that live inside your brain to help not only companies fulfill positions, but to help people find that perfect job. So as people are starting to search for these new jobs, what are some of the things that they should really look out for?
The one most important thing they should do is stop what they're doing and watch this interview. And the reason is, let's face it, a job search is painful because either you lost your job or worse, you feel betrayed by your manager or your company that you once loved. And so what do most people do? They listen, they will see the advertisements on TV, and they just decide, well, I'm going to start posting for jobs, and I'll believe the advertising that I see for job boards, and I'll find a job. And it's and sometimes they're simply doing it to meet the unemployment benefit requirement. And at the end of the day, though, it's all very frustrating. And besides, you have the pressure of needing a new job for the income that it provides you and your family.
Now, what should candidates do as they're starting to look for new jobs?
It's important for them to, first of all, focus on exactly what it is that they want to do. Too often they just kind of, well, I think I might like to focus on what it is that you want to do. And then determine if that work has multiple titles. So an accountant might be a forensic accountant, might be a tax accountant. It could be an internal audit type of accountant. So, determine where you fall in exactly within the titles, and then understand that sometimes companies have different titles for the same work that you do.
And what do many job seekers do that avoids lengthening their job search?
Well, job seekers avoid networking like the plague. They just don't want to get on the phone and talk to people. And part of it is they don't want to bother people. According to the career transition industry, though, only 8% of all positions are filled through posting and hoping the right person is looking at their resume. And I've got some bad news. I'm a recruiter. I know applicant tracking systems. They're not looking at your resume because there's some ways that they will screen you out. So the best thing to do is to network and network with everybody that you know. And think about this. People who faithfully network every single day with 4 new people, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, they'll find their new position in 90 days. And when I coach people, I have found that to be true. And it's been like 88 days, 90 days, 92 days, but it's right around that 90-day mark. It's amazing. And then consider this, 74 to 76% of all jobs, all of them, are filled through networking.
Now let's talk about this resume comment that you made, because you and I have spoken in the past about how important your resume is and isn't at the same time. And that's one of those basic foundations that they teach you. Your resume needs to stand out. It's so important. So give us more information on what people are doing wrong with their resumes.
What they do not understand is that the applicant tracking system's job is to screen people out, not screen them in. And then the applicant tracking system uses a keyword search to compare the job description to the resume. Now, there's a little problem with that. Most job descriptions are poorly written. And honestly, there are many times I've read a job description as a recruiter and gone, what's this person going to do? And so if your words on your resume don't match the job description words, you're getting kicked out. And your words probably are just fine, but if they don't match, you're going to get kicked out. I had a Harvard MBA, so frustrated, reached out to me, and I was coaching him, and he said, I've applied to a lot of positions that I could do the job, and I don't even get a call back. And so I said, well, send me your most recent resume and the most recent job description that you applied to. Now, what I saw was in the job description, it said must have high school diploma. Now, think about this. What Harvard MBA is going to have high school diploma on their resume? It's not going to be there.
Right.
But they're going to be screened out because of that.
Wow, that's not something that anyone would ever think about. And so that's such a crucial piece of information. Now, as people are listening to this interview, what should they do after? That way they can make those steps to finding their perfect job.
Well, think about this. Recruiting and the career search both mirror the sales process perfectly, step by step. And now these people, these accountants, these nurses maybe, who don't think they're salespeople, have to become salespeople. And the first thing a salesperson does is make a list of all the prospects they can call. So make a list of everybody you know, including family, neighbors, former coworkers, former managers, friends that you play golf or tennis with, association friends, everybody. And every day, make at least 4 phone calls and talk to those people and tell them what it is that you do and maybe 1 or 2 accomplishments that you're proud of. The reason I'm looking for a job now is because I got laid off or whatever. And then what I would like to do next, and this is the most important piece. Who do you feel I should speak with next? And then ask for their phone number or contact information.
That's a great leading question to help people find their next career. Now, you have been many things in your life and a recruiter guy for quite some time, but also an author to a great book that will help people find their new job. So if they're looking for that book, what's the name of it?
Expect Success, The Science of the Over 50 Career Search. And the 5-star review that it received said, you don't have to be 50 for this. I wish I had it a couple of years ago when I was looking for a new job. So I just put the title to hit that niche, but it would help everybody.
Bill, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. Give us all this great information and help people find their dream careers.
Well, thank you. It was fun.
Make sure that you check out Bill Humbert if you have any questions or concerns as you're on the journey to find your new career path. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show. You and your wife